Now we'll begin the seated sequence, starting in staff pose. So sitting up tall, relaxing the shoulders back, breathing in, and then exhaling, pressing out through the heels of your feet, just directing your gaze toward your toes. We're going to reach forward, and you do not have to reach your toes. A lot of people complain about this, like, I can't do yoga, I can't touch my toes. Just reach for whatever you reach for. Ankles, shins. Looking down toward the knees, do your best not to round your back. You don't have to get all the way down. Just feel the stretch in your hamstrings or wherever you feel it. We're going to inhale to lift and then transition into another movement. This is called reverse plank. It's a strengthening movement. You can do it like this with the legs straight and the toes dropping, lifting, or you can bend your knees, separate the feet a little bit. Either way, we're just lifting the hips. They don't have to come up as high as they're being modeled, but lift all the same. Open through the shoulders. Let your head relax back as much as your neck allows. We'll return to seated. Breathing in. With every one of these movements, we want to lift through the chest. This posture is called the boat. You can hold under your knees if you have any strain in the back, or you can keep them bent and take the arms to your sides, or straighten your legs, pointing the toes up. This is a lift up, so you're balanced on your sitting bones, focused by looking forward at the toes, and then exhaling, lowering down, releasing that into a twisting posture. Starting nice and tall as you twist to the right side, looking to the side of the room or turning to look behind you. Just focus and breathe. You want to try not to lean back, but sit up as tall as you're able to. And then relax the back shoulder a bit. Keep your chin parallel to the shoulder. And then exhale, release it. And try that on the left side with the left knee bent, wrapping the arm, turning to the left, and then finding your focal point. Looking over your shoulder, if you can, to the space behind you. Breathing in and out as you release, coming forward, back to a seated movement, and then posture. I like to use a blanket sometimes. And this pose is called turtle. You do not have to reach the arms underneath your legs, but take it as far as you can comfortably. And then lower. You want to withdraw the attention inward. Think of a turtle head, pulling in, but keeping the length rather than letting your head drop or fall forward. Press out through your head and your neck. Taking the legs as wide as they can go. And then bringing it back in to a posture. It's called the cobbler or the bound angle. Never mind where your knees go. Just this is a different pose for everyone, like all poses are. And just feel that opening through your hips as you fold forward. Inhaling and bringing the edges of your feet together, if you can, opening your feet. Just breathing and relaxed. Lifting on an inhale. And then taking the legs wide. Doesn't have to be as wide as they'll go. You can reach for your toes or bring your arms, hands somewhere along your legs. You can even bring them out in front of you if that's easier. Just fold, but again, like the last movement, try not to round into it or let your head drop. Lengthen and breathe. Moving in to the discomfort And then lifting. All right, I'm going to transition now onto our backs. If you have a strap or a belt, you can take it around the top of the arch of your foot and lift up. Or you can just hold behind your shin or hold your big toe if that's comfortable. Either keep your head resting on the floor or lift up, bringing your focus to your ankle. Breathing in and out. As you lower your head down, we can take the leg out to the right and then turn the head to the other shoulder. Notice that both hips are on the floor, so we want to try not to roll with the right leg as it opens. Keep your left hip anchored. Flex through your left heel. Just feel that opening through your legs. Breathe into the stretch. Again, face the ceiling, bring that leg overhead, take one more stretch back before we switch sides. You're welcome to keep the right leg that's on the floor bent if that's more comfortable. Breathe into it as you lift. Focus. And again, just notice as you breathe. Try not to get anxious about that. There's no real right way to do this. It's more important how it feels to you. Once again, breathe in and out. We'll inhale, lift back overhead, pull back, and relax, lowering that leg to the floor. We'll bend our knees next and lift for a movement called the bridge. So you want to see that you can touch your heels to start, have your feet hip width apart. If you like, you can interlace your hands underneath you and roll the shoulders under a little bit. And looking to the ceiling, just have a little opening between the chin and chest. Inhale, lifting your hips, expanding the lungs, and exhaling, just lightly reaching your knees forward. And then exhale, lower. We'll wind down like a lot of yoga practices do with an inversion. So you can keep your hips on the floor. We'll be lifting the legs overhead, or you can get a block or a pillow or anything a few inches high just to elevate your hips and lift your legs a little higher. And this is a relaxing posture. It helps to decrease anxiety, calm our energy, which is why a lot of practices end with an inversion like this. You can have the arms out to the sides, the palms facing up. Just breathe. Close your eyes if you like, and just look toward your ceiling. Breathing in, calming your body. Breathing out into a smile, relaxing the muscles of your face. Breathing in your mind, just right here in the present moment. And breathing out, knowing that this is a wonderful moment, just as it is. Just be. Exhaling to lower your legs. We'll remove the block or the cushion. Kind of hug the knees in. And let's return to seated. Let's take a breath. And we'll bring our practice to a close.